gosh, I think it's her earnestness and her generosity. She's so sweet, and I think she does have this dark side to her. We always kind of make a joke that, like, if the Twyla spinoff happened, it would really just be like Breaking Bad. She'd just be like going home and cooking meth in her basement. But she's really earnest and really genuinely wants the best for everybody and wants to give the best advice. And sometimes she speaks before she thinks. But I think her generosity and her kind spirit are kind of what attracts people to her, and the advice that she gives. She just tries to be as helpful as possible. It definitely has changed. It's definitely a topic of conversation in our house. But it has been somewhat of an all-consuming thing even when we're not shooting, because, I mean, normally if it was just me on the show, that you kind of go home and everybody else kind of goes off and the producers will talk about the next season, but I happen to actually live with the producers for a couple months. So I was hearing daily conversations, and I feel very much involved the entire year just through those types of conversations. So it's definitely changed, but it's been amazing. And having everyone respond to the show really well in Canada, and I was away for a couple months in the States kind of during the period that it aired, so I wasn't really aware of how it was really catching on until I came back and saw how well everyone took to it and how excited everyone was about it. And so it's definitely been, everyone's so excited for season 2, which has been wonderful, wonderful. My mom loves it. She's the #1 fan out of my brother, my dad, and myself. She is the most supportive, but I think she's also like, okay, we're done talking about this for right now. Like, the conversation can't always be about the show. So she makes sure that everyone's grounded and everyone just remembers that, you know, it's just a show at the end of the day, and is kind of level-headed about it. But she's awesome. She's by far the funniest one in our family, and is, I'm trying to think of the best way to put it. She's the funniest one in our family. She's
Really?
100%. And you kind of really realize that once you get to know her, and but everyone thinks it's my dad or my brother now, even, because he's hilarious, but for sure my mom. It's very interesting because they are very different. They have totally different senses of humor, and I mean totally different senses of humor. And it's interesting because my brother kind of has the younger generation on his side. He has a very, very dry sense of humor. My dad's a little bit bigger, but he can make anything funny, which I really came to realize in the past couple years, or when I started acting professionally myself, and he would help me work on things, and he would do something and I would laugh, and then I would do it and there would be nothing. And so I'd be like, okay, well, I can't do the eyebrows, I can't do the facial expressions, so let's just start from scratch. But they work really well together, considering how different they are. They get along really well. They're very supportive of each other's ideas. They're conscious of not stepping on each other's toes and leaving that space to kind of have those different ideas of what's funny. And I think the fact that you have he's gonna kill me. I hate to say young and old, because it's not old, but those very different senses of humor come together creates a very, very well-balanced comedic show. I have to say that I have a wonderful eyebrow threader that helps me so much in my everyday life. No, I got a lot of my mom's features, I guess you can say. I got the fair skin. My dad can literally step outside for 30 seconds and he's like totally, literally looks like he had been in the Bahamas for 3 months, and I get the worst burn. Freckles, Irish, everything. So, but I guess in the eyebrow respect, it's probably beneficial. I have two. One I've had for a very long time. Honestly, going on almost 20 years, has been Matthew Perry. He was my number one, but my number two, who's really creeping up, is Kyle Chandler. The Friday Night Lights Coach Taylor situation, I think, put him on everyone's map. Selfies. Absolutely. Selfies are not for me.
You never succumb.
No. I don't think I've never put a selfie out on the internet. No. No. Nor will I ever.
What's so bad about them?
I think I'm too self-conscious to basically be like, look at me. Like, having a really bad day, and it's like this, like a glamour shot. That I don't get. The new Kelly Clarkson album, in its entirety,